All right, guys. So this isn't an ideal location to do this, but I really don't have any plots that are in ideal soil conditions or varying soil conditions enough to show you this. But I'm shooting this video for you to try to help you out. When it comes to the technique of spray killing, tilling, waiting, spray killing again, and then planting, it's all going to depend on your soil conditioning, what you should be doing, or how to seed it, okay? So it's not going to matter if Jim, Bob, Bill, Frank, whoever told you how to seed. It's not, that doesn't matter. It's all going to come down to what your soil is like. So we're going to go over a couple different types and how you should go about seeding it, okay? And this is probably the easiest way to illustrate. So we got three different types of soil conditions right now, I'm going to say. We got hard, medium-ish, and then we got real loose soil still. Likely your soil is probably not going to be this loose after you wait this long, but we'll just play devil's advocate on it. All right, so let's start off with hard soil. This is going to be tested. You test this all by how far you actually sink in, okay? So in this spot, I'm not sinking in at all. It's hard. I could drive a truck on this. I'm not going to sink in, okay? In a condition like that, I would strongly encourage you to take a drag over it and scrape the surface up and loosen it a little bit. And I'm going to demonstrate why. Okay, so I got some red clover here in my hand. We're just going to sprinkle some on top, okay? Bugs are starting to act up. That's nice. You can see all that seed is sitting on the top. Now, if you get a really hard rain or a decent rain that's going to pound it in, you might get lucky. Okay, there's plenty of people that get lucky with soil like that, but in most cases that's not really ideal. So two ways to look at this. You can do this right now. So we spread the seed. Okay, I'm just going to do this, obviously the equipment's going to be different. I hope you're not hand raking it. And you can come back over and run your drag over it a couple times. Okay, and then let the rain do it. See, it's still sitting on top, but the soil is loose enough that it should go into the ground. All right, so that's technique number one. What you could do on top of that is if you wanted to rake it and then run a cultipacker over it, you could. But I would just kind of stick with basically seeding it and dragging it. All right, guys, so now we're on to our next plot. Now this is going to be a situation where after you tilled it, killed it, and then sprayed again, now you came back and your ground's somewhat soft yet. It probably hasn't been rained on where it was hard as before. So you got you're a little soft. We're sinking in. Now you can see I'm actually sinking in and leaving a boot print, but it's really no more than about a 1/4 inch. If you're in a situation like that, the best bet to do is we're just going to seed it, okay? We're just going to seed it on the ground and then cultipack or lawn roll. Now see, the boot's going to imitate a cultipacker going over it. And you can see there's still some seed on the top, but you can see some seed is actually getting pressed in as well. Okay, so you're going to have a successful stand doing that. Now the last situation, which is extremely unlikely, but we'll do it anyways, is where the ground's really soft, okay? Where you're sinking in, I don't know if you can see that now, but we're sinking in more, man, it's hard to tell in here, but let's say you're sinking in a 1/2 inch or more, okay? In a situation like that, you absolutely want to run over it with a cultipacker, kind of lightly pack the ground, and then, well, we kind of seed at the same time. And then we're going to cultipack again, and that will get you a plot, okay? So you can see that's pressed in now. I know it's hard to catch on camera, but that's how you would do a plot like that. Most of the time, whether you just drag it over like we did here, cultipack it, you're going to be fine. But it's really all about what your soil conditions are like at the exact time. So remember, hard soil, we're going to seed and probably just drag over the top and hope that it kind of incorporates before rain. You can cultipack over that too if you want. Next one, if your ground's still somewhat soft, you're only about a 1/4 inch of depth when you sink into it, we're just simply going to seed and cultipack. And the last one, where you're sinking in 1 inch or more, or around that inch mark, you're going to Cultipack seed and Cultipack. So any questions, guys, feel free to hit me up. Thank you very much. Foodplotsolutions.com.